Oh, wow. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Reginald Jackson. I am the Change Management and Employee Engagement Manager here at the City of Dallas. We are so happy that all of you decided to join us today, and we so appreciate you for coming today to our 2023 Customer Service Week Celebration Kickoff. This October 2 through 6 of 2023 is National Customer Service Week. This week provides us the opportunity here at the City of Dallas to celebrate all of our employees who offer customer service to all the residents of Dallas. This year's national theme is Team Service. To prepare for the upcoming week, we are celebrating each employee's customer service contributions to the residents of Dallas while recognizing the overall ability to provide that customer service in such a way that it makes all the difference to the citizens, again, the residents of Dallas. The goals of this week are to identify current and future state best practices of customer service, recognize and celebrate excellence in customer service here at the City of Dallas, promote and sustain supportive, positive relationships at work, to give back to the Dallas community, and to provide each of our employees with techniques that will assist them with daily stress and strengthen their resiliency. So thank you so much again for coming, and we have a short video of some of the Dallas residents who'd like to say thank you to you and some of the departments at the City of Dallas for the customer service that is being provided.
I'm writing to express my gratitude to Dallas Animal Services for handling my recent case. Your team, and especially Maricela, were so attentive and caring. I can't tell you how much I appreciated that. I was incredibly concerned to see that the pit bull that attacked me was still allowed in the dog park where I was bitten. Thanks again. And a big shout out to Maricela. All the best, Roger H.
I'm writing to inform you about my visit to Dallas Water Utilities. First, I was already stressed and upset about my corporate accounting requesting proof of payment for a bill that was paid months ago. I discovered the payment had been made over the phone, and I couldn't find proof of payment anywhere. I searched and searched and decided to visit the water department. Eva assisted me with my dilemma, and she was able to locate the information I needed. She was friendly, polite, professional, patient, and extremely helpful. I really appreciate her assistance. I would like to say to Eva, great job. Sincerely, Charlotte H.
I wanted to send a thank you to the operation team and Dallas police stationed at Love Field. I'm rather new to the area and had never driven to the airport. I was waiting in the cell phone lot for a relative's flight to land today, and my car battery died. I found a Facebook entry with a help number. You were able to send a very kind policeman to jump my car within 15 minutes. I'm so grateful for the prompt assistance. I'm not sure what I would have done without your help.
Again, to all of the employees of the City of Dallas, customer service that does count. We thank you and we applaud you for all of your efforts, and we want to, again, take this entire week to recognize you as employees of the City of Dallas for all of your efforts. Thanks again. At this time, Ms. Sonia Batts, my manager, is coming to speak to you.
Good morning, everyone. No, it's afternoon. Let me try that again. Good afternoon, everyone. Ooh, is that the best I can get? Let me try that one more time. Good afternoon, everyone. Much, much better. Thank you, Lisa, for calling my name. Thank you. My name is Sonia Batts. I am the Senior HR Manager in Human Resources over the Talent Engagement and Development team. And we are so excited and delighted that you have joined us this afternoon to talk about customer service here at the City of Dallas and all that you do and what it means to our residents and what it means to us here at the City of Dallas and how we could just only get better. So thank you for taking out this time to be with us this afternoon. I want to just share a little bit about what we're doing and how you can help support the City of Dallas creating the the customer experience. So just a little bit, and do you have a clicker or do I need to? Okay, all right. So just a little bit, next slide, please. During Customer Service Week, we want to introduce the City of Dallas's Customer Experience Framework. Now, a lot of work has already gone into this effort, but it is now time to unveil it. It is now time to reveal it, and it is now time for each one of us to pick up the mantle and to live it. So today I want to tell you what our vision is and how we arrived at it. So I'm going to give you a little background, and then I'm going to talk about what a customer experience vision is, then what our vision statement is and our framework, and then how you can learn more about it, and then how you can support it. Next slide, please. So during Customer Service Week last year, 2022, we introduced our 5th core value. Before we had 4. And if I were to ask you not to look at the banners behind me, could you name the 4 without looking? All right, Reginald. You can't do it without looking? All right, so we had 4. They were empathy, ethics, excellence, and equity. But in 2022, October, we added a 5th core value of engagement. And that really has set the motion for where we're going with our customer experience. So engagement is all about seeking those intentional connections with our community. And with that in mind, we have started working on, or have been working since 2022, on a vision for what that experience looks like. So it all started with our city manager's goal, where he said, we need to create, thank you so much, we need to create that vision for what this experience should look like for our community. And so we had that goal. It all ties back to service first, and that's delivering responsive and proactive service that does what? That meets the needs of Dallas. And I know we all work hard. I know we do. But if we're not meeting those needs, is it really service first? No, it's not. So we need to make sure we understand what the needs are and then how we can meet those needs. And how often are we doing it? 360 every day. And this upcoming year, 2024, is going to be leap year. So it's going to be how many? 366, right? All right. So every day of the year, we should be striving to meet the needs of our Dallas community. So that's kind of the background, but that's kind of the framework or where we're starting. But let me tell you all that we've done and how you as employees have helped to support this initiative. So we partnered with Southwest Airlines last year to learn about their model of hospitality and all that they do to meet the needs of their customers. We're also working with a research firm called Forrester. They have a wealth of information and knowledge on best practices, so we've learned so much from them. All of these were efforts to help shape our customer experience. So along with that, we came to you as employees. We had focus groups. We did surveys. We had stakeholder sessions with our executives, with our sworn employees, with our managers and supervisors, with our non-management, non-field employees, and then also with field employees. So we met with all groups of employees to ask you, what does the customer experience look like to you in your world, in your role, in your daily work? What does it look like? And we took all of your feedback. We listened. We took notes. We recorded. We have all of this work that we put together. And then this is what we came up as our customer experience vision. Well, before I get to that, let's talk about what that vision is, or what a customer experience vision is. It's really an aspirational description of the customer experience that the organization intends to provide. So we want to set this aspirational statement or vision for what we want each and every one of us to provide to our customers, whether it's internal customers or external customers. Whoever you interact with on a daily basis, we have this aspiration of what that's going to look like here at the City of Dallas. So our vision statement is, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Let me step back. Aren't these rubber duckies so cute? But when you look at that picture, what do you see? They are all over the place. Everybody going in their own direction. Everybody doing their own thing. So customer service here at the City of Dallas is, in the past, has been similar to the ducks. We're all providing great service, but we're all doing it our own way. You do it one way, I do it another way. We're meeting the needs in most cases, but we're all doing it differently. But what we've stepped back to say is we need some alignment. We want to make sure that no matter what department a customer interacts with, no matter what position a customer interacts with, no matter what employee a customer interacts with, they're going to get that same level of service. Which brings us to the City of Dallas's customer experience vision. And this is what we came up with. Here at the City of Dallas, we are a city making good on its service-first commitment by taking what? By taking responsibility for the and the of each interaction. So there's some key words in there. Ease, quality, but one before that, responsibility. So how do we do that? How does that align to our current values of service? Those 5 values. So I'm not going to go over each one of them just in interest of time, but it's in your chair. Each of our values, we've identified 3 behaviors that we're asking each of you to commit to memory. Things that you need to be doing in order for us to achieve, to realize the vision of our customer experience. So empathy, you have to listen, follow up, and understand. Ethics, you have to provide accurate, and I said I wasn't going to go through them, but you see them there. So ethics, each one of them have 3 behaviors that we're asking you as employees to kind of commit to memory, to commit to doing, so that at the end of the day, our employees, or our employees as well, our employees and our customers, external, will have that experience with us. So, you want to know what's next? After this great kickoff, after this great week, what we have coming up next is we want to just help you fully understand our vision framework, those behaviors that make up or that's going to help us to become successful. So just like we did last year when we introduced our new value, we again have created some online training that we're going to ask each and every employee to complete. So in the next day or so, you will receive an email and it'll have my name on it, so you'll know it's legit. Don't be calling the IT saying, is this phishing? It's not phishing. It's going to be legit. But there will be an email that says, please go to Know Before and complete the online training for CX Vision Framework. This is going to give you the history behind what we've done. It's going to tell you about the vision. It's going to tell you about the behaviors. It's going to give you some steps that you can help accomplish those behaviors. So all of that is coming next. Now, I do want to let you know, we want all employees to complete it. So we will be running reports, and those reports will be going to management. So you don't want your name to be on the report. You don't want your name to be on the non-completion report. You want your name to be on the completion report. So those are the next steps of the CX Vision. We just want to introduce it to the organization. That flyer that's in your chair, you can post that at your desk as a constant reminder. We're also going to send it out electronically. So if you want to post it on your bulletin boards in your common areas in your office, please do so. Remind your employees that are not here with us this morning or this afternoon that this is our direction, this is where we're going, this is what we want, this is what we need, so that we can create that experience for our customers. And I am wanting to just kind of tell you what our desired outcomes are. So we want to define what that customer experience means to the city of Dallas, which we have our statement. We also want to ensure that there is consistent experience across every interaction. We also want to make sure that as we think about customer experience, that we're allocating our resources, our decision-making, and our activities around things that will lend to that experience. And then lastly, the more important it becomes to you, the more we will be able to realize it with our customers. So those are the desired outcomes. Again, the framework you have there in front of you, you will also receive electronically. And I am happy to answer any questions you may have about the CX Vision. Ms. Lisa. Yes. Yeah, so the question is about field employees, and thank you for that, Lisa. You can have group sessions. Go through the training. You know, one person will advance through the training, have them sign a sign-in sheet, send that to us, and we will give everyone that attends credit. Yes. Please pass that along to anyone else that has field staff. All right. Thank you all so much, and thank you for being here. I would like to introduce the Director of Human Resources, Ms. Nina Arias.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, and thank you, Sonia, for setting the stage for the week and so nicely, putting it so nicely. I really appreciate it. And not only the work today and setting this nice event for us, but also the work of the team to make it happen. This has been a labor of love, a lot of people involved, a lot of people contributing, and actually for us to be here today. Again, thank you so much for joining us today for our 2023 Customer Service Week Kickoff. Like Sonia said, I'm Nina Arias, Director of Human Resources for the City of Dallas. And on behalf of the HR team and the City of Dallas leadership, I want to take the time to say thank you for everything you do to support and enhance the lives of your coworkers and the residents of Dallas. Thank you for your outstanding customer service to the Dallas community, and please give yourselves a round of applause. I think you all deserve it. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. So at this time, I want to recognize our guest and keynote speaker of the hour, Ms. Gina Chapa. Ms. Chapa is the Vice President of Guest Experience at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, home of the NBA Dallas Mavericks, the National Hockey League Dallas Stars, and numerous concerts and family shows. She is responsible for the security operations and guest experience for over 250 events per year and leads a team of more than 600 staff members. With dedication and expertise, she provides direction and overall management of the guest service and security departments. Talk about responsibility. All while elevating the overall guest experience. Ms. Chapa, along with her management team, promotes a culture of excellent customer service to both internal customers, extremely important. We're all customers. We all serve each other. And also to guests. She also plays a pivotal role in ensuring the 24/7 security of the building and managers, which is the crucial relationships with the building public, which includes crucial relationships with public safety partners, including the Dallas Police Department, the FBI, emergency management teams, fire marshals, and other related institutions. In recognition of her remarkable contributions, in 2018, she was awarded the NHL Professional of the Year Award for spearheading security enhancements at the American Airlines Center. And just last year, in 2022, Gina was honored by the Dallas Mavericks and the NBA with the Pete Weinmiller Guest Innovation Award for her work in creating a world-class experience for fans. So, Dallas team, please join me in welcoming Ms. Gina Chapa.
Hello. How are you guys doing? Good. So I'm Gina. It's nice to meet all of you. I'm very happy to be here, and thank you for inviting me to come and speak. I sounded kind of impressive. But you know, I've been at the American Airlines Center for 20 years. I just in May celebrated my 20-year anniversary. So I started out as a coordinator, and I say I just outlasted everybody. And that's how I got to where I am. But just to kind of give you an overview of what she kind of talked about what my job is, but it's basically broken down into 3 different components. The first one is security. She talked about relationships with DPD and FBI and JTF, but the overall operational aspects of security, and it can be quite daunting, especially as you guys know, and you hear about all these things that are happening at concerts and arenas, and it's something that we always have to be very cognizant of, because there's loss of life happening all over the place. And so it's a really big worry, that we have to focus on pretty often. So managing those partnerships, and then on the guest services side, I can't really see. So can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. I like to move around anyway, so. Guest services, overall operational aspects of the department, and that includes ushers, ticket takers, guest service reps, elevators, escalators, concierge, wardrobe. So all the front of house staff, basically, that's not concessions or fan shop. And then NBA and NHL league compliance. So the leagues have a lot of very specific rules and regulations and requirements that we have to meet. So I'm in charge of that, and also our ADA coordinator. So that's the second part. And then the third part is overall building-wide initiatives. So that's things that include box office and parking and fan shop and Levy. That's our concessionaire. So everything that's happening in the building. All of our customer service initiatives and guest experience, recognition and rewards, staff appreciation, fan surveys and assessments, tellaec.com, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, and also guest compliments and complaints. I definitely prefer the compliments over the complaints. So it was very interesting to think about the future of customer service, because I actually had to stop and think about it, like, where we have been, where we are, and where we want to go, because the future's here. the technology advancements that have been made are astounding, and what's coming up is astounding, and it's really making us change how we do things and how we look at things. So I just want to walk you through. I'm going to talk a lot about American Airlines Center because obviously that's what I know, but a lot of the, hearing you talk, Sonia, a lot of it applies to everything, right? So y'all may not have a guest journey, because like this would be from the time they leave their house, driving to the arena, parking, walking in, getting into the building, and then the event itself. It's not just the event itself. So y'all may not have that, but you do have concentric circles that bring the person from where they were down to the person who's helping them or down to the event that's happening. So for example, box office. How it used to be, well, those of you who are my age remember the raffle tickets that used to be tickets, right? Then that went out the window when we became digital. Then you had this old hard tickets. Those don't exist anymore. It's very rare. It's like a, something super special if we have this, but they don't exist. It's all digital. And you guys know this. Yeah, I'm sure y'all buy tickets. Y'all go places all the time. Paper tickets are just not a thing anymore. Oh, and then, then when you get to the entry part of that with your ticket, who remembers these, right? Old school. So right now we're using these pedestals. So there's two ways you can do it. This is your traditional barcode where you put it under here, and this is a tap. You just tap it like you do with Apple Pay or something. You just tap it, and then you can come right in. And then over here is RFID. We don't have this yet, but it's coming. They do this at Disney a lot where you have your wristband if you guys have been to Disney. If you want to see it in action here in the area up in Carrollton. Has anybody been to Spa Castle? Oh, I love Spa Castle. It is fantastic. So same kind of idea. You get a wristband and then you can go anywhere throughout the facility. And you don't have to carry anything. You just have your wristband on and you pay for food, you pay for drinks, you pay for massage, you pay for nails, you pay for anything you want. And it's fantastic. It really is super, super convenient. So this is happening at some events where they have this RFID as well. So that's really going to be what's coming up more and becoming more prevalent at different events. Then we've got security. So once you pass, you get your ticket, you come into the arena, and then you have to go through security. It used to be handheld wands. Then we went to the walk-through metal detectors. And this is what's happening now. Y'all have probably seen this maybe a few places. I was at, where did I see it? Moody's, on Moody Center in Austin, and they had them there. And they're popping up certain places. But this is frictionless screening. So instead of walking up and having to take everything out of your pockets and divest it and put it in buckets, you just walk right through. So what it does is this reads, the security officer is watching the screen. If anything's metal, if it activates, then they have to go around and divest and see what's causing that activation. But it doesn't pick up on cell phones and keys and all that, so you can just walk right through. So this is here. It's not coming, it's here. It's in a lot of different places. We don't have it at the arena yet because the NBA has not quite yet approved it. The NHL has, but the NBA has different concerns. On the NBA side, guests are this close to players, right? They're on the court side, they're right here. So if somebody has a weapon or any type of ill intent, they have direct access. And that's really where they're because these are not great about catching knives. So in case y'all are wondering, like, why are they holding up? But they're working on it. And also, as time goes on, this technology is advancing and increasing and getting better and better. So it's here, and it's going to continue to grow. Next, we have concessions. So, old school oriented, walk up, see what's on the menu, order, pay. Now we've got a lot of these self-serve, grab and go. So you just walk up, help yourself, and then you pay right here. What's now is this automatic checkout. We just added 3 of these 2 weeks ago on the north side. So you go and this is a reader. You put your items on here. It lists everything. You tap your card and you walk out. I used it last night, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. So this is definitely going to become much more prevalent. The other thing, too, is you guys have probably heard or seen these Amazon stores where you, same kind of thing, where you just get your items and you just walk out because everything is already programmed in with the items that you selected. When it pulls it off the shelf, it will register that, and then you register when you walk in, so when you walk out, it knows those items belong to you. So that's again, already happening. One of the big things we talk about is fan analytics. And this is a huge trend in customer service. Did you guys see that movie Moneyball about baseball analytics? It's the same thing. It's the same application of applying analytics to guest experience and customer service. So we do fan surveys, right, to see how people are feeling, what's going on. It gives us an immediate pulse check. What's happening? What happened tonight? How was your experience? And then what the expectations and the needs are. And the voice of the customer is going to be heard, right? So we can hear what they're saying and what we need to respond to. Some things are easy, right? Somebody says, I spilled a drink. Okay, no problem. We'll clean it up. We'll get you a new drink. Or it could be, your concourse is too narrow and I can't walk through it. Well, that's a little more challenging. That's not an easy fix, right? So we have to just see what those issues are. But just to give you like an example, over in Sacramento with the Kings, they do out of one of their fan analytics, they did a survey, and one of the main feedbacks they got was people wanted cheaper food options. And they had these cheaper food options. They just didn't promote it that much. They didn't think people wanted it. So they were always promoting like their buffet dinners and the $20 hamburger and all that. And people were saying, hey, we need cheaper food for our family. So they didn't have to change their offering. What they changed was their marketing. So they started marketing to these more affordable options. And within a month, they saw like, 32% increase in that market of sales. So analytics helps when you can really do a deep dive and figure out what the issue is, and it helps you come up with the solutions. And then analyze. So you always want to look at your Net Promoter Score and discover what trends and new topics need, because things are constantly changing. You know, something like, we just put new seats in the building, so we're getting a lot of feedback on the seats. They're 1 for 1. They will calm down, right? The seats are going to loosen up a little bit, but that's not really something we can do anything about. But if people say, like last night, well, it's a separate situation. We had Depeche Mode last night, and the artist wanted the building really warm. A lot of the singers like to do that for their voice, and it was hot. It was hot in the building, and we got a lot of complaints about it. And we just had to say, at the artist's request, the temperature's just, this way. But if it weren't at the artist's request, if it was just hot, we would immediately say what's going on and be able to fix that. And then also just constant review of that data that's coming in and saying, where can we make these changes? We do a lot of feedback, right? So not just with the fan surveys, but we have a program called tellaac.com. It is used for all guest feedback and also for employee feedback. We love this program. Love it, love it, love it. It has been a complete game changer in terms of service recovery for us, because you get an immediate response and you get it in real time. So we have changed it from being service recovery, which probably you guys have talked about, to service transformation. So you're taking that experience and not just fixing it, but then you're making it better. You're going the next step and saying, somebody's got a bad hot dog. Well, okay, now instead of just saying, actually I think this is on my next slide, but anyway, we focus on service transformation, right? Turning it around, not just fixing it, but making it better. This is the main web page that we use. Super simple, it's web-based. You put your feedback in here. I spilled my drink. somebody's in my seat, whatever it may be, then you have the option if you want to text, call, or email and send it in. You can also attach pictures. During events, our dispatch handles it, and then they will farm it out to whatever department needs to address it. So it's instant. Let me just go back for a second. So to give you an idea of somebody, this just happened the other day, somebody dropped their glasses and it fell down, right? So normally in the past, before we had this program, they would have had to call it in or told their usher, and it wouldn't have been addressed until the next day. So by using this, they can say, I dropped it. We can send our ops team down underneath. They pick it up. Guest relations will meet them there. They'll get the glasses and then take the glasses back to the person at their seat. Right? So this is next level of being able to take care of our customers because we are getting it in real time. And they're sitting there and you bring them the glasses, they're like, oh, thank you, right? Thank you. So it really, that's why when I say it's been a game changer, it really has. So the voice of the customer is not only being heard, but also responded to. And what we're really looking at is personalized treatment, right? It's not just a generic, one of 18,000 people at the arena. People want that. This is where we're heading. Is people want that personal attention. What are you going to do for me, right? Me as an individual, me Gina. What you going to do for me, right? I talked about the lost glasses at a Stars game at the end of the season. Somebody sent in a feedback and said that it was their child's birthday, and they wanted to do something special. Was there anything we could do, please, please, please? So we got with a team, and Victory Green, he's the mascot. He went to the suite, wished, he doesn't speak, but, made a big deal out of it, about his birthday and everything, and just made this child's night. And that's the other thing, too, is thinking about how do we create fans for life? And so this kid will never forget that birthday, right? Because Victory Green was there. And then if they didn't like the food they ordered, right? That happens a lot. I didn't like my tenders, or my tenders were undercooked or whatever. Not a problem. We will replace them, right? So when it comes in, like I said, it gets farmed out to each department. So I look at there's probably about 4 or 5 of us in the building that look at every single feedback that comes in and making sure that those are being responded to in a timely and an appropriate manner. And because it was so successful, we also adapted it for our website. It used to be, I forgot now, it was tell us at AmericanAirlineCenter.com, whatever, it was an email. But now we use tellac.com for everything. It's the one-stop shop, and so it's a really great place and it allows us to do that deep dive on the analytics in one spot. So I talked a little bit about personalized service, and that's really, I think, where trends are going, and also white glove service. As I just talked about the cheaper options, but people are also wanting, or I should say affordable options, people are also wanting a higher option. Like if it's a concert and it's a, like I said, we had Depeche Mode last night. If it's one of their favorite bands and they want to make it really special because it's such a special night for them to come to this show, then they're going to want to spend that extra money on a great buffet dinner. And they're going to want their special bottle of wine. So this is kind of where trends are going. It's to individual personalized service, which is hard to do when you've got, we had 15,000 people there last night. So it's hard when we've got that many people, but that's our challenge. So what are the challenges, right? Because there's always some, right? So staying connected, right? Because technology has been great and it makes things easy and convenient. But how do you maintain that human interaction? Because that's what people respond to. That's what makes people feel things, right? It's a human interaction. So looking for ways to connect with guests in meaningful ways, not just, can you scan your ticket, please? Can you open up your bag, please? We have to put you through security checks, but in a meaningful way. This is what this is our challenge right now. Like, how do we do this? Because it's all about the experience that they're having, and it's not just about doing the tasks that we have. Staff training. You talked a little bit about staff. So any training is standardized, clear, easy programs for your team to know and execute the expectations. The thing is, everyone expects people to be an expert, whether you're housekeeping or a security officer or the GM of the building. If I ask you, where's the bathroom, you should know. If I ask you, where can I get my ticket fixed, you should know where the box office is. Or if I ask you, hey, I want to buy tickets for a suite for the next concert, you should be able to answer that. So they expect everyone to be an expert and not differentiate between positions. Also don't want to wait for a supervisor. If you say, I'm not sure, let me get somebody for you, then wait time is, I would love to say think of the past, it still exists, but I think that's what we're working towards, is diminishing that wait time. So everything we do has to be guest-centric. And I talked about this, we need to train staff to respond to feelings. Oh, this is a big one. It really is. Last night we had a situation where there was a family. It was a mom and dad with their 15-year-old daughter, and there was two women sitting behind the daughter, and they were putting the feet on the chair, and she asked her to, put her feet down. So then she put it on her shoulder, and then she put her foot on her head. So yeah, it was gross. Like who treats a child like that? But this girl, this 15-year-old girl, had a full-on meltdown, like full-on. Paramedics called, police were involved. It was not a good situation. But she was very much in her feelings about what happened, right? And especially with a lot of the Gen Z people that are coming up, it's all about their feelings. I had a situation with a guy. It was mistaken identity. There was somebody who had thrown something on the ice. He was wearing a gray hoodie and a black hat, backwards hat, and he got pulled out to be talked to. It actually was the guy 2 seats down from him, gray hoodie, backwards black cap. So it was mistaken identity who had done it. And he said to me, he was like, this just really, really hurt my feelings. And I was like, what I'm sorry, I'm sorry it hurt your feelings, I'm old school. I'm like, sorry, dude, it just happened, right? But we don't have that luxury anymore, right? The way things are, we have to address these issues. And also not just for us, but training our staff. How do we respond to feelings? Because I don't know if we are taught that. We're taught it in our personal relationships, but dealing with it at work is a different scenario, because these are not necessarily people you care about, right? So it's a training process, and this is something definitely, when I say challenge, that's a big challenge for us right now. Consistency, that's always going to be a challenge, making sure that everybody, you talked about the program which I loved everything you said, but making sure that everybody is bought into the program and executing it on a consistent basis. That's always a challenge. And then task versus purpose. And this is something that we teach at every new hire orientation. So the first one, what's he doing? He says, hey, what are you doing? He said, I'm laying bricks. Goes to the second guy, what are you doing? He says, I'm building a wall. And he goes to the third guy and he says, what are you doing? And he says, I'm building a cathedral. So they're all doing the exact same task, right? But their purpose, their intention is different. So this is really where I think customer service, guest experience is going. It's what is our intention. And I love this. I took a picture of it and I took my little flyer. I'm going to take it with me, because this has to be your foundation of everything you do going forward. If you don't have everybody singing from this songbook right here, then you're going to fail, right? Because it takes everybody doing it consistently every day and knowing it and living it and breathing it in order to meet your purpose and not your task. And that's about it for me. So thank you. Do you guys have any questions? Yes, ma'am. Oh,
Okay, thank you for the presentation. It was really nice. On your Tel AAC technology, the platform, do you have a certain technology that provides that? I'm from Dallas Love Field, and that would be something really, really good for us.
It's the internet. It's all web-based. Yeah, it's in the cloud. So there's no, it's super simple, and that's one of the things that we really love about it, that it's not complicated, and there's a back end part of it that is easily manageable as well.
How do you promote it then?
We put it on the big screen, and it's on the 360. It goes around, you know. So we promote it every chance we get, because we have gotten such good. At first, it was like we had it at the concession stands and a little bit here and a little bit there. And we're like, okay, this is working. So the more interaction we got, the more it became utilized. We're like, this is amazing. And so, you know, because a lot of the things we do, it has to be bought into by the teams, right? They run the scoreboard during an event. We don't, right? So, but they were seeing the results of it as well, and so they help us out. So it's on the 360, it's on the concourse monitors, so we promote it.
So it's just like a page from your website, or it's backed, or is it proprietary?
Contact telaac.com, and it's like for security issues, food and beverage, like, you know, anything else, like contact us.
Okay.
For immediate help. And if you are interested, I'm happy to put you in touch with the feedback team. They are fantastic to work with.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi.
Thank you for the presentation. I had a question about your training. How often do you conduct staff training, and are there refresher trainings, or how does that work?
We have a couple of requirements that we have to meet for the league. So we have to do at least 2 a year, and the main thing is emergency evacuation. So that always has to be covered, and then we do one at the beginning of the season. We just did them 2 weeks ago. So that's like our big kickoff one for the year, and that involves harassment training, like all the things you kind of have to do, the required training. And then we also do department-specific training. And then within that, there'll be like a guest experience component, changes to the department, rules, regulations, that kind of thing. Then there's a mid-season training that we do as well. Actually, this year we are going to be doing, we just made a video, and it was very well received. So interesting, a few years ago we did some online training for the staff, and we did a feedback session after that, and they hated it. They're like, no, we don't like watching the computer. This time when we did it, they loved it. So I think it's just a change, because when we did, it was probably about 6 years ago, but I think it's just a change in people and access. And I mean, I think you guys know, like, COVID changed everything. So people are much more receptive to other avenues of learning. So we do at least 2, but then we also do kind of mini ones, like when we have our staff briefing, we may bring up things, or if we need to send something out, we'll mail it out. And then also just this year, we started, at the beginning of the season, which is right now, we started adding debriefs at the end of the night. So we use every opportunity we can to get messages out to our employees.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm a Mavs fan for life. Thanks for the presentation. I know that at our airport, Love Field, and at some other sporting venues, there's biometric data now being used, like thumb or eye. Is that something that you're considering? And also from a storage of data, you know, if you know that people sit in the same seats and are using the same device to order concessions in their seats, or are you storing any of that data for personalization of experiences, or is that seen as too invasive? I think a lot of times when we look up people's information, they're like, "Hey, Big Brother, stop looking so closely at me." And you
that's a really good question. And so I work for the building. I don't work for the team. So the teams are the ones that have the information on their season ticket holders, and they're one-time buyers and all that kind of information. So they may use it in a different way, but we don't. We are responsible for our ticket buyers for third-party events, which are the concerts. But as you can imagine, somebody who comes to Depeche Mode is not the same one who's going to come to Suicide Boys on Wednesday, right? So it's such a vast variety of people that there's kind of no specific target for our third-party events, but I can't really speak to that, I guess.
Other questions?
Go ahead. You gonna raise your hand? Oh. No? Okay. No, she didn't have a question.
Oh, I thought you had a question. Okay.
Okay.
Claudia.
That was a great presentation, and as you know, Dallas is receiving more of international visitors. So I was wondering if also for languages, you know, people come from different countries to watch games, concerts, etc., or travel from other cities, and the language is different. So what opportunities are there for international visitors regarding language when they want to comment or share or ask a question regarding customer service?
That's a really good question.
Great question.
And again, that would probably fall on the teams. If they're coming for concerts, there's really nothing that I'm aware of. But I mean, we have a lot of Hispanic or Latin shows that come through. So, you know, we do have Spanish speakers that respond to telac.com. But as far as like kind of getting messaging out, we do, on the building side, one thing we do is when we do have those shows, we have little buttons, yellow buttons that our staff wears that says hablo español. And that way they'll know they can go to that person if they need to speak in Spanish. And we use those very often, but as far as like, you know, communicating in advance or targeting them for marketing or whatever, we don't really do that much. That's a good thought. Could be some potential there.
Other questions? You're just trying to make me get my steps in.
So just going back to the TEL-AAC question, just thinking, how does the information trickle out to the different teams responsible, or the different functional teams that would be responsible for completing the request?
So it goes into one main portal, and during, there's event time and non-event time. So during event time, our dispatcher answers it, and they can assign it to a person. So you would just go in and say, let's say assign it to Matt. Matt's the assistant director of operations, and he's kind of over facilities. So let's say it's a seating issue or, I don't know, a broken door. Then it would get assigned to him, and then it's his job to respond to it. Now, like I said, there's like 4 or 5 of us that do it, that monitor it during events. So, and dispatch is monitoring it as well to make sure that those are being responded to.
So would Mac get a text?
Yes.
You would get a text?
Yeah, you get a text, an alert, and it's also on the website. So yeah, I mean, it's everywhere. Like you get it on your phone. So that's one of the great things about it. So you don't have to be at your desk. You get it on your phone. You're like, oh, this is me. I'm at 3:15. I need to go over to 3:20 and see what's going on over there.
Right. Okay. All right. So we are at time. If there are other questions that you have for Gina, you can funnel those to us, and we will make sure we get them to her and get you a response. But we do want to, we have a couple more things to share, but let's please give Gina a round of applause and thank her for sharing the future of customer service. Gina, you mentioned that we don't have a guest journey, but we do have a customer journey, each of us, and we want to make sure that we're mapping that journey and looking for opportunities to improve the journey of our customers. So thank you so very much for sharing all this wealth of information with us. Reginald, back to you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I know that we're pressed for time, a little bit pressed for time here, and there are refreshments and that sort of thing for you. But real quickly, how many people have actually seen our new Fresh Market area where the old refuel place used to be? Has anybody been around there yet on the first floor? Okay, so several persons have and still several persons haven't experienced it. You guys, this is just exactly what Gina is talking about, is what's happening even at the City of Dallas. We're coming, we're coming, we're coming. The CX vision and all the things that we're doing. You notice that most of you know that Breadwinners is no longer here for breakfast. So now we have the Fresh Market set up where the old refuel area used to be, where Breadwinners was as well. And feel free to go around there, guys, and check that out. Start using it. It is awesome. It is very quick. It's cashless. It's entirely cashless. You can actually go onto the app, Chowit app it's called, or you can actually just pick up your items and then pay for them at point of sale. It's all self-service, so be sure to go around there. It's open and available 365 days out of the year, 7 days a week. So just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, as you go to using that. Again, the CX vision and all of those things are things that are coming here at the City of Dallas in terms of overall customer service. You are our customer. Our customers are the city of, our external customers are the residents of Dallas. And we want you to know how important you are, because you make the residents of Dallas feel so very important. Just one last little thing on this week. We will be celebrating the entire week as Customer Service Week. Tomorrow we have what we call Thankful Tuesday, and we have some actual thank you cards that we're going to give to each of you that you can take back to your department if you so choose to take those back to your department. And persons, you can do peer-to-peer thank yous where your employees or persons that you work with, colleagues you work with, they can literally say, put a specific event or something about this year that they are thankful for their other fellow colleague for. And we want you to take some of those with you today so that you can give those out to your peers and get those thank yous going. We want to everybody to feel a part of this week. The customer service video, the customer service that counts video, that video is going to be posted in an announcement, and we'll be sending that out so that persons who are not here today can see that this week. Awesome video from the comm department. We want to thank them for that. That was an amazing thing, with Dallas residents actually saying thank you to the persons in different departments here at the City of Dallas. On Wednesday, we will have a meditation for stress video that will be posted as well, that you've been invited to, and please feel free to go in and do that as well. It's a great video just showing you some overall meditation techniques in order to reduce your stress. So be sure to see that as well. And we thank COM for doing that for us as well. The CX Vision training that Ms. Sonia spoke about, make sure you do that. We'll have midweek on Wednesday, we'll have midweek break spots where we just literally will go on during your lunch hours and play games online for persons who are working remote or persons in offices. Even when you want to take a break, just you've been invited to that as well. So make sure you see those announcements coming out as well. And then on Friday, we have community service events that you can sign up for, where you can do some community service as well this week. So there's lots and lots of stuff going on. Feel free to reach out to me, reginald.jackson2@dallas.gov. If you're not familiar, I can send you those announcements. And thank you for coming. Feel free to grab something to drink, grab something to eat, grab you a cookie, grab a pinwheel. They can do two? Okay. You can do 2 pinwheels and some fruit, all of the above. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And we also have a photo booth. Be sure to take a picture before you leave, before you absolutely have to go back. We want to get as much recorded of this as we possibly can. Thank you again. Have a great day, City of Dallas.